Drama in a Mobile County courtroom in a high-profile case.
That's right, Shelby. The attorney for the man accused of the mass shooting in downtown Mobile New Year's Eve night telling a judge his client acted in self-defense. Listen.
And when he came back, pulled this up, he thought he was pulling the gun to shoot him. I mean, it's that simple.
And that's Thomas Jr.'s attorney claiming his client opened fire New Year's Eve night in downtown Mobile only because he thought the victim was going to shoot him. But the judge in the case ordering Thomas Jr. held without bond using NYE's law.
That night, one person shot to death. MPD investigators say Thomas and another man both wounded after they shot each other. Several innocent bystanders caught in the gunfire also hurt. Today, tension very high in the courtroom. Fox News' Ariel Mallory was there. She has a story. Ariel, Thomas Jr.'s attorney says the dead man was pulling a gun and Thomas only fired to protect himself, right?
Yeah, that's right, Byron and Shelby. The lawyer for Thomas Jr. says this was clearly a case of self-defense, and he says the surveillance video of the shooting proves it. Tonight, Thomas remains locked up, and it appears he'll stay behind bars for quite some time.
I think the judge got it right. You know, he gave Mr. Thomas a no bond for the murder, and we believe that was the right call to make.
Tense and heated moments in a Mobile County courtroom this afternoon. New details came out of what happened the night of a deadly mass shooting in downtown Mobile. A judge decided to hold Thomas Jr. with no bond under NYE's law. Thomas is accused of murdering 24-year-old Jatarius Reeves. During court testimony, a detective testified that Thomas fired 16 of the 22 shots that went off New Year's Eve night. 7 innocent people injured. Defense attorney Chase Dearman says Thomas and Reeves got into an argument before the shooting.
He said, "I'm going to shoot. I wish to shoot you." And then he trots off down about 15 feet and he stays down there for 6 or 7 minutes. You can see the man hand him, he lifts his shirt, takes it, and he puts it in there. And then he jogs right back to where my client is.
Dearman claims that a friend of Reeves is the one that shot Thomas that night, firing a total of 6 shots. Mobile Police Chief Paul Prine, who was also present in the courtroom today, doesn't agree that Reeves was the instigator.
I don't know that we heard the same argument. I don't believe that we share that same sentiment about whether or not our victim was the aggressor.
Chief Prine says it's not likely that Reeves' friend will face any charges for allegedly shooting back at Thomas. As for the 7 innocent victims, no one has been charged for shooting them.
Because as you heard, we had arguments today about self-defense claims. And so there's some argument as to whether or not Mr. Peters and Mr. Thomas, when they shot each other, there could be some self-defense claims, which is why Mr. Peters was not charged. But we will leave that decision up to the district attorney's office.
As far as Thomas's other charges of first-degree assault and shooting into an occupied and unoccupied building, he received a $150,000 bond. This case is bound over to a grand jury. Live tonight at Government Plaza, Ariel Mallory, Fox 10 News.